All right, welcome to another episode of the Pierce Brothers. Today I have out my favorite deer rifle. Haven't gone elk with it yet, but I want to get one this year. It's my Ruger 77 25-06 24-inch barrel. This gun traditionally has been a 1/4 to 1/2 inch group gun at 100 yards. So I just developed a new hand load for it actually, and so I'm going to be shooting that. As you can see, I have my chronograph in the background here. But I'm switching powders, so I always have been using Varget, which I know is really on the slower end. I'd get about 3,100 feet a second out of a 100 grain ballistic tip. So I switched over to Stayball 6.5, and so I'm hoping to hit the 32 to 3,300 feet a second range. Anyways, so that's the load. Also is a CCI BR2 primer, and then also a Nosler custom brass. Sorry, I was drawing a blank there for a second. So we'll go ahead and shoot really quick and get the velocities. Okay, here we go. 4 rounds. Dad, could you read them off out loud for the camera? .3205. 3135. 3183. 3192. Okay. Well, a little higher on the extreme spread than I'd like, but let's go ahead and do some accuracy tests and just see how well it does at 100 yards. So we did our chronographing, a little high on the extreme spreads, but let's go ahead and do 100-yard accuracy results with 4 rounds. Let's go ahead and shoot another 3. All right, let's go look at those groups. All right, well, I just got done shooting 7 rounds back to back. As you can see, that particular load, not the best. So I guess I will go back to the old drawing board and probably just go back to my previous load with Varget. Varget, take that particular group and you'd pretty much cut it down by 1/3. I mean, down from that, you know, because this is my extreme outside, you cut it down. I mean, that's how Varget shoots. Varget shoots very, very well. I've measured groups at 1/4 inch before with it. All right, well, anyways, got to redo the drawing board on this, but you know, this is why it's so important to test everything that you do. I wasn't happy initially with the velocity standard deviation on that. You know, it was 75, almost 100 feet a second. You know, that's just too much for a hunting rifle when you're shooting. Let's say you want to shoot a deer at 400 or 500 yards. That 75 to 100 feet a second is going to change enough that it might be the difference between a wound shot and a kill shot, and that's just not okay for me personally. I don't like that. But you know, there's so many different powders, bullets, everything else. The only thing I changed on that particular load was the new powder. So, you know, obviously this rifle does not like that powder. I could probably play with it a little bit and maybe figure it out a little bit different. But if you're only gaining 100 feet a second over my Varget load, and Varget gave me about a 10 feet per second standard deviation and way better accuracy, it's not worth it to me to try to gain 100 feet a second velocity wise. So, you know, anyways, and I know there's a million other powders, but it's just the powders I had on hand that I thought, well, I'll try it. But obviously it didn't work, so I'll go back to Varget and never look back. Anyways, thanks for watching this episode, and you guys take care, and I'll see you next time.